Are the new viewers gone yet? Okay. Hi. Wait, I can show my face. Hi. Zeospantera. Okay. I'm just staying in. I don't edit. You know that.
Yeah.
You're the man that edits.
I am.
And you hide things.
I do. Yeah, this room looks way better when I'm like carefully crafting where you can see it.
So you're saying your life is a lie?
Oh, that must be the case.
I mean, look at the color correction on this GoPro footage, which is actually not going to be color corrected. Anyway, DMS here was nice enough to invite me to his office.
Yes.
Are we lying about where we are?
No, this is my office.
No, but where in the world would you like to lie about where you are?
We're in Buffalo.
Buffalo, Serbia. You don't want people to know where you live. Anyway, here with the broken ass HE-1.
Yeah, so I made a video about this thing. It was actually stolen and destroyed, and Sennheiser's been nice enough to let me borrow it for a little while, but this one does work, so it's a good chance for you to hear one in a quiet environment. Because
I have heard this several times. I heard it at Can Gym, New York,
yes,
pre-COVID, like a long time ago, when you had to wait in line and they brought you in, like they slowly brought you in, and they did this. They were like, put this on your head. Now we're going to play a selection from blah, blah, blah. And it was like such an experience of like being pampered that I think they could have put like beats on someone's head and it would have been like also
a magical experience.
Yeah, it would be like, all right, these beats were handcrafted in China. Like it didn't matter at that point. It was the best headphone after I heard it though. So then we were at Munich together.
We were. And
Sennheiser had not one, but two of these in the waiting room essentially by their booth because we were waiting to get our ears scanned. And these were just sitting there, just hanging out, just, hey, when you want to listen to some stuff. So yeah, I've heard these for...
This one too, like a lot of creators came by
and got tapping the tubes. Stop tapping the tube.
No.
It's like whack-a-mole.
I'm being very gentle. A lot of creators have been able to come to this office and listen to this unit.
And this was an absolute mistake. I didn't even want to be here. But
you were just in Buffalo and I was like, you should come check this out.
The fates of time have come and I think I'm having a rap attack.
Yeah.
This is Houdini's magic wand. So this thing, if you don't know, it used to be 50,000.
Yes.
And then Shangri-La Senior came out and they made that 55,000.
And inflation.
And then inflation happened and they're like, you know what? 70,000.
60 US, 80 Canadian.
I thought it was 69. Oh, it's 80. Wow.
Yep. 59.
Don't buy one
US,
if you're Canadian.
I think 59 or 60 US and then 80 Canadian.
So let me explain, because people who are watching my channel, they're usually starting out. Like there's established people who understand, but for those you don't know, this is a $70,000 headphone system. I'm gonna call it 70. 60. Buy one get one free. What are you trying to? It's more money than most cars.
You do that. I'm gonna get a thing.
Go do a thing. Open the door real wide. Open it real wide. Anybody in there? No? Okay, good. So, oh, God. Who do you keep locked in there? It sounds Canadian. So, yeah, this was stolen. And here's the thing. Because the guy who bought it was actually in my patronage chat.
Yeah,
for $10 a month,
for
$10 a month, you can get in my patronage chat and ask me questions directly. So please check out my Patreon and subscribe star. Can I put this on or is that going to...
No, it won't fit.
I wouldn't want to interact with the electronics up here. Yeah. Back to what the hell this is, because the chapter marks me. What the hell is this? Sennheiser made the Orpheus years ago with 90s.
Yes.
And it was like $10,000 or $12,000, and it was an electrostatic. Did it have the tubes also? I think it was the same system design. So it's electrostatic
the HE-1
ear speaker and a tube amp. Oh, actually, Energizer. And they sold it, and it was the most expensive headphone in the world, and that was fine. And then fast forward to, I think this came out in the early 2010s?
Something like that, yeah.
It's not super new, but it's not super old.
Yeah, and this one's technically not Orpheus anymore.
No, they got rid of the name, but everyone still calls it the Orpheus, because HE-1 is boring. No one wants to call something the HE-1. I want the Orpheus. Orifice, not to be confused with Orifice, the Orpheus. So they sell you this, which is rather bulky, actually. This is kind of heavy.
The amp is built into the headphone partially. That's why there's screws on the back.
When you wear these, it hasn't been on long enough, because I just got to the office like 20 minutes ago. When you wear them long enough or use them long enough, this whole part of the headphone or ear speaker heats up, because the way it works is wild. It has, how many pins is that? 8, 9?
A lot, and this is sending a lot of voltage.
Yeah, so instead of doing the normal Energizer thing and like doing a lot of it here, it brings it up as just raw voltage and then converts it or does something I honestly don't know how it would even function.
Some of it's happening here, and all the preamp stuff is happening here. Any processing is happening here. Which, by the way, I should also note that there is no like DSP tuning in this. Any tuning?
No, this is before they started doing anything like that. But
and then the actual final like FETs are in the actual. Headphone.
Yeah. So what this is an ear speaker, kind of like a Stax, but it comes with, and this is a set. You can't plug this into something else. You can't use anything else on this to power something else. It's this.
It does have analog in, so you could run in like XLR or something else.
Yeah, you can use. We're using right now my phone digital output as the source because it does have. I'll film the back.
Yep.
I'll try not to film all this. Look at the headphone wall. There it is. So we've got standard power cord. We've got headphone 2, which is what we're plugged into. It actually will support 2 headphones. So you can have one there, and you can have one in the back. You've got our USB optical. You got analog outputs, so you can use a DAC in this or something else. And you got analog inputs, XLR and RCA. Yep. This unit's been damaged to the point where I tried to use the RCA outs in this Shandling, which I think is the H5. And it would not, it was just distorted and terrible.
This was shipped in just a regular cardboard box.
Yeah, no.
And it was stolen.
The video, I would love to find the video because the day it happened, the guy was like so happy. He was like, oh my God, I got it. And he opened it up and it was just like popcorn peanuts.
Yep.
Which are my literal nightmare.
And chunks.
And chunks of marble. Oh yeah, I should probably point out.
Which Sennheiser was really cool about this whole thing. Letting, we have this unit in and tell the story. And actually letting people see this in public.
Well, did they let you have it or did they let you borrow it?
Borrow.
Yes.
But letting me keep
no one has one. Here's the thing. How many of these exist? We know?
I think that they probably sell around 50 units a year.
Really? That seems high for a unit that costs the same as an entry-rate Mercedes.
But I think that's about what they do.
So yeah, you're buying the system.
This is serial number 3.
That is serial number 3 of the new HE-1.
Yep, this is the third HE-1.
I'll say they're not the most comfortable headphones on earth.
I've been wearing them for a pretty long time. Like, I've had some sessions where I've listened to these for like 4 or 5 hours. Pretty good. They're
a loose 3-knuckle, maybe even a tight 4-knuckle. I'm going to give them that. That's my usual judgment of a pad. Because everyone knows that my knuckles are a standard measurement. Yep. Very, very heavy. I'd say twice as heavy as they look. Certainly 2 or 3 times heavier than like any other electrostatic I've ever held on to.
Yeah, I think they're...
600 grams?
No, probably about like 450.
Something
like that.
They might be 450 when you measure them, but they feel 600. Attached cable, so they're garbage, just absolute garbage. And we're not gonna do we're gonna do the party trick when we're done with this little powwow here.
Yes.
Because the knobs here, which actually aren't labeled on this at all, but they're labeled on the knob themselves.
Yep.
You get your input selections. No Bluetooth. I'm sure if I redid it, it'd have a Bluetooth. You get a crossfeed, off, low, and high, which is when it blends some of the right into the left and some of the left into the right. Yep. Do you actually play with that?
I have. It depends on the track, but like really like acoustic stuff, I like to do crossfeed low.
And then you have phones out, mute. Oh my God! Did you see that? Did I see that? Hold on.
It corrects it if you don't get it quite to the.
So if I do phones, it's there. But if I go to mute it and I don't quite, it auto turned it the rest of the way.
And then line output for the output out the back. And then this, you can also control the volume with a remote.
Which you don't have because someone probably stole it. Oh, of course, you keep it in the bedroom. It's where you keep it. Comes with an integrated box to keep the headphones. I imagine it's hard to keep the wire sort of in here with it.
It's really easy because this whole thing, when you put it in here, this lowers down into the chassis.
Oh, the whole thing goes down again.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing is kind of like... Look, if you're going to make a $70,000 or once $50,000, now then $60,000, then $80,000 if you're Canadian, $1,000 headphone... You don't just stop with sound quality.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems I have with like the expensive hi-fi and stuff. They're like fancy, but not German and engineering. And let's just engineer wild shit for the sake of it.
The marble they use is apparently taken from the same quarry used for Michelangelo's statue of David.
Is that in Italy?
I believe so.
Oh.
But yeah, that's the same marble apparently.
So why don't we just cut it out of the statue of David?
Just take it right from
just from the waist down. I want the David...
Take a butt cheek or like a...
No, I want this full schlong here. Okay.
Right in the middle.
The point is...
It's very
I should probably talk about how... All right. Should I talk about how it sounds? Because I think maybe people are interested in it.
Yeah, have a listen.
Because... I would almost say it's the most forceful headphone on earth. Because you turn it up and whatever, depending on the song. Now I don't have like nothing but audiophile music on here. There's no Diana Krall on my phone in FLAC form. I know. Sue me.
I have a song you should listen to.
But wait. The point is, these are songs I know. And when you play songs you know.
Oh, that's true.
It comes up. And it's like I've heard this song. And this song is Forsaken by The Silent Force. And it's not a super high quality song. It's just a song I know and I like and I keep it on my phone. But when you play it on HE-1, like it feels like a remaster.
Oh yeah.
This makes almost every track I've ever heard feel like it's remastered.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like, oh, there's left channel and right channel and the images in the center. It's like, well, there's left channel and right channel, images in the center. Then there's a sub-center that's like behind the center. And then there's like these different levels of like peaks so they're between the left and right. So the sounds are all coming from like, it almost sounds like when you have a multiple part IEM.
It's everything everywhere.
Everything everywhere all at once in your ear and costs more than a car. And the thing is, I would say it isn't a perfect, it's the best headphone on earth.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I know your headphone's here too, but we're not going to look at it.
No, that's fine. I do think this is probably the best headphone on earth. The downside is you can't go running with it.
Bullshit. Hold on, we're going to make this in a video.
No, I have.
It doesn't do everything the best. Like if you said, I want to listen to a bass, you got these best headphones on earth, where's the low end? This is not.
They do bass.
Well, hold on.
Play some Lorne.
How about do some Wolfpack Gangsta Bounce from the Blade soundtrack? All right. Correction. They slap pretty hard. I've never been able to use my own source. It's always been the track list or whatever laptop they have.
It's like if you mix an electrostat and a planar, because you get the bass.
And since like every unit comes with this amp, or the Energizer. So they know where this volume knob is, and I am about 1 o'clock, and that's about as loud as I can comfortably play it.
Yeah.
Presumably, you should be able to max this out and not damage anything, because that's the way I would build, unless they're accommodating for very, very low recording quality, like low recorded tracks, and you could adjust. Because I'm pretty sure Gangsta Bounce from Wolfpack is, like 2 o'clock is like, you are dancing.
Oh yeah. People crank it up at shows.
Have you've seen Arcane?
No, but I know the soundtrack.
You should really sit down. I made my brother watch the first 3 episodes, and he was like, because you watch the first 2, and you're like, oh, cool, an animated like Pixar thing, but it's kind of like they're running around. And then the 3rd episode happens, and you're like, what? And then you have to go back and rewatch because you weren't paying attention. And I knew I was watching my brother dick around on his phone for the first 2 episodes of Arcane. And then the 3rd episode ends, and it's like a thing happens. It's like an event. It's like they do like 3 different arcs. It's like, oh, fuck. And then he has to go back. All right, so here's the biggest problem with this right here. I'm going to cry.
Yes.
Like it's like the sound is in my ears and then vibrating like this. That's not normal. Like I got chills just now because I know this song. I've heard it 100 times.
This headphone is just euphoria encapsulated.
And this is busted ass. This isn't even like pristine condition. It doesn't need to be.
I brought one of these to LTX, Linus's convention, and the number of people that sat down, listened, and then when they got up, they were just like shaking. How dare you do that? That's like going into a convention of people who can't have sugar with diabetics and just being like, have you heard these things called pixie sticks? They're just handing out pixie sticks. It was like, let me introduce you to Coca-Cola.
Yeah, the original recipe. Yeah. 90% cocaine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I'm trying to put it in terms of like a regular headphone, and you fucking can't.
No, you definitely can't.
Because it's not a sound. It's not a measurement thing. It's not like, oh, here's how it measures better, or it's a complete sound experience. Like it may as well not be an electrostatic. It may as well not. It's not a planar. It's not a dynamic. It feels like they're using some sort of holographic future tech. And I think I said this in the exact words in the video. Because you can't. Like you could sit there with your headphone or my headphone or anybody's headphone and tune it and tweak it and add weights to the thing and more strong magnets, and it won't be this.
Yeah, no.
And here's the thing I would love, because it's all tubes here, right? We're doing tube things.
And
I've always said
tubes in there too.
I know, that's wild. Do they only make it for this?
To my knowledge, yes.
That's wild. They make 8 tubes per. They only make that many tubes. So we should rip these out of here since this is busted.
I actually went to the place where they were assembling these, and like the guy was building it and all the parts. It's an insanely long process in like a sterile room. It was so cool.
I'm imagining, for that kind of thing, you hire Hans, and Hans sits in the room and from start to finish puts together your serial numbered unit.
He was testing the knobs going in and out, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to do this for 250 more cycles of the knobs going in and out to test them.
Yes, roundabout, because I'm a JoJo fan.
Nice.
Like, just there. If you know the beginning of Yes Roundabout, like it goes up and up and up and up, and then it hits. That hit 25% higher. And it wasn't volume-based. It wasn't volume. It was like, magic. It was texture. It was like thickness. I don't understand how to make the sound. Because once you've had this for a while now.
Yes. I've been using this thing for months.
Is everything on that wall ruined?
And everything on the wall at my house.
They're just ruined, right?
Yeah.
Like,
nothing is the same.
When they take this away, are you going to be on suicide watch? Because I feel like having this here, you should know what. Here's what you do. We'll go halvesies. If they're willing to give this broken ass, it's broken ass. It doesn't work. They're willing to give it away for like under $10,000.
They're not willing. They're not going to sell this one.
Maybe
everyone has been trying to buy this unit.
Maybe it disappears. Maybe this video never reaches the light of day, and maybe that door is kicked in. And there's getaway marks. Oh my God, it was a tragedy.
It really was.
We talked to the police already. Doesn't need to come over here from Germany. It's fine. Because this does things to sound that can't be replicated. And it's like, feels like it's sounding behind my ear and it's sounding in front of my ear.
I will say.
Hold on, I'm making it so loud I can't hear DMS, which is my favorite thing. I can't play it too loud because they're absolutely open and my camera's going to hear. Don't want a copyright strike.
My second choice behind this is probably the Bravura, which is a lot more affordable, but this does more magic. I was bored out of my mind with Bravura. I love Bravura, but
that's the $6,000 one, right?
Yeah, but this does way more magic.
Yeah, no, the Bravura was. I said this. It was the cleanest headphone. It just was absolutely did not color the sound. It gave you all the sound, but I don't want. Give me something. That's like, look at the world's most sterile cup. You see this cup? I'm giving it to you. It's the most sterile cup. And you're like, great. There's nothing in it. Put something in it. Yeah. Desterilize the cup. Give me beer. Give me orange soda. I don't care. Rub your nipples on it. Something.
The richest chocolate milk you've ever poured into the glass. And it's like thick and poured.
This feels like the most sterile glass, but also filled with one of the most amazing German beers you've ever had.
Yeah.
Like you add that all together. It's a composition. It's not like one thing. It's one thing on top of this thing, on top of this thing, on top of tubes, on top of electrostat, which here's my biggest complaint about the existence of these. Obviously, Sennheiser thinks these are the best thing, right? Even since the Orpheus, they've been like, oh, where the fuck is the consumer-grade electrostat that Sennheiser makes? Just like a $4,000, $5,000 Sennheiser. Not this, but just like, hey, we made an electrostat. It has a standard plug that works in stacks energizers.
If we all ask them enough, there's a possibility it could exist because they're listening now.
Hi, I have a big channel. It's huge. You should see it. I want 80% of this for $5,000. I don't need all this. I don't need. Where's the power button, by the way?
This is the power button. The volume.
I don't need this to happen. Which you're going to have to imagine the fire as that sinks down because it's expensive and fancy?
Because the theatrical nature of it all opening up gives the tubes time to warm up.
I think I saw this in a movie where those were nuclear rods. And then, wait. Oh, yeah, goodbye. Goodbye.
And normally that would be flush with this right now.
Yes, it would have flushed that up.
Yeah.
And then look. Actually, wait a second. This sucks. That's the standby light?
Yep.
That should be lit up when it's... Wait, what color is it when it's on? I didn't even notice it. First of all, love a red standby light. Secondly, love a standby light. Thirdly, wait, how many leads? Lots of them. Mm-hmm. I love that I could read exactly where it is because I want to accidentally have this sitting here.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I just realized?
Oh, no, when you turn it on, it'll return to your previous last position.
Fucking sex. But is this is this the end of the volume travel?
Yes, that is.
It ends at 4 o'clock. So I was nearing the top with some of these tracks then. I thought it might, I figure usually you get a volume knob, it goes, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock maybe. So this is barely past 3. It's boom. So I was taking it
pretty far
to a limit. Will this still play?
No.
And the DAC turns off.
Yes.
Well, sometimes the USB DACs will continually be on, so you don't have a disconnect.
You know, this whole thing powers off.
Yeah, so you got a glass top box. I'll turn it back on, even though it's going to take It takes how long you figured to actually?
A while to warm up.
Will it produce sound at all during? Let's see if this actually works.
No, it shouldn't.
So that immediately came on, and of course I have the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack.
But so this will all do its thing, and then the volume knob will return, and then this is set to mute. It will unmute when everything's warmed up.
Really?
Yes. So just give it a minute, and then you'll see the knob turn. You'll have to give it a solid minute.
This is a psychotic thing. Here's the thing.
It's like a German
I am
scientist.
okay with the price of this because nothing you just described is normal.
Yes.
This is like, hey, how much this car cost? $6 million. What does it do? It's fancy.
Any minute now. It's like if a German scientist took some really strong hallucinogens and was like, we have to make it perfect.
Oh,
there you go.
darn.
Now it's ready to use.
This is, because that's the thing. Like, you could, look, I have a thing about audio products.
You have a thing about audio
I have
products?
a thing about audio products.
That's surprising.
You can sell me as much as you want. Here we
I
go.
cannot see your face. It's so, the light's so bright.
This is
You're
perfect.
just a silhouette.
You can make your product cost as much as you want. Make it worth it. And I don't think the audio quality quantifies the cost of these. These could be $20,000, and it would be like, you know what? They're the best headphones on earth, and they're $20,000.
Here's the thing, though.
You're paying for the marble from the quarry, for the custom-made tubes, for the fact that it opens and closes and resets.
Right.
You're paying for everything.
How much is it worth, a headphone that makes you cry? That's kind of like... That's something that's going to vary from person to person.
I've cried on my JoJo's.
I did the first time I heard the original Campfire Andromeda.
There you go. Depending on your attachment to the music is where you cry. And I don't cry when something is sad. I cry when something is beautiful. And it doesn't have to be $70,000 to be beautiful.
The difference is,
We're way
this
too
is
close.
what does for me.
This is weird. Go on.
I've been listening to these for like almost half a year now, and they still do it to me almost every time.
I feel like...
That's
Because
what makes it
you know what would make me cry? Is I would know that if I take those off, I'm not going to find something. I'm not going to go to the wall and be like... I mean, even like 109s and... Well, not those. But are those Shangri-La...
Junior.
Any Sesvaras here? Because Sesvara was...
I have a way more headphones at my house. The ones that I don't
As
really
do
listen
I.
to as often
As
are
do
sitting
I.
here.
Yeah, no, they're just there to look pretty and
And there's some
old
great
things.
ones up there. The 109s are awesome.
No, they are. But like, you know, if you've had access to this for 6 months, you're broken.
Yeah, ruined. I don't have stacks anymore.
When are you going to just sell everything and wander the earth? Because it's like I've heard you've reached
So I hit like
the
a
peak.
tile point where I just sell everything and just
Which one of these tiles is dislodged because your pants just exploded?
All of these are dislodged because I mounted lights, except that one, which is because I put a magnet in my ceiling.
I like it. It's so cool to be in this room, which is such perfectly laid out, and then you look around and it's like, oh my god.
Well, that's because
The floor has got so much tape on it.
the tape is to mark the camera scale. I also did the Atmos system in here.
I remember.
Those were magnetized to the ceiling, so I moved all the tiles.
You know what? I thought that room was bigger. You made it seem like a bigger environment to do that.
Thank you.
You fooled everyone. You know, the GoPro doesn't lie. It's just like, hey, here's everything, and it's really kind of...
How many feet would you say this is?
Me knowing it? I
like this here.
say 13 feet by 13 feet. 13 feet by 15 feet. Yeah, because my old living room was 15 by 18.
Yeah, that's 13 paces if I go toe to toe, and
it's not a huge room, and you do a lot in here, and your standing desk I kind of like this.
Yeah, this is very convenient. Just when I'm sitting, I can press a button and it...
Well, now that we've interviewed you and me,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I can't sound demo this, unfortunately. I didn't bring my rig. I wasn't supposed to be here. But it doesn't matter. No sound demo.
You can come back and then I'll try to have a...
sound demo would not... How many microphones? How many Neumanns? At what setting?
I mean, Neumann is made by... Well, it's owned by Sennheiser. So.
What if they just... What it's like, are you trying to record like fucking HE-1 and it just immediately bursts into flames? It just knows.
Fun fact, I do have the same measurement rig that they used when making this. So I got to see it the same way they saw it, which is
nice.
Cool.
And that's not flat. That's curved there.
Yeah.
To catch fluids.
Even with a broken
you could
unit.
See, you could see it's like the amount of effort they put in shaping this.
Yeah.
Like just this, I would be like proud to have that on display if they weren't going to sell you this. It's like, hey, can I keep this for my shelf.
Either way, it's a cool story, and even as a broken unit, it's still insanely cool.
I mean, insanely, it doesn't fucking matter, it works. Like, that's why people want to buy this. This is the only way you're going to be able to afford one of these if it's dropped off a flight of stairs and looks like this, and even then they won't ship it to you.
Right, or
they won't sell it to you.
Just shipped it in a really terrible box.
Or that.
This normally goes in a road case on a pallet.
One more. Cat on Mars from the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. Hold on. Here we go. Like, I know I'm trying to think if I had access to this for like a week, where would I go? Would I just shuffle randomly? Would I find my favorite albums and go through it? Everything. Would I watch it? Have you watched media on this?
Yes.
What have you watched?
I rewatched the Batman that had...
The Batman with...
the Batman
I haven't seen that one yet.
With Robert Pattinson. That was really good. I played video games on it. I have just everything. Everything. I rewatched Interstellar with this. That was just insane.
Yeah, no, I feel like that would be the test. Because, I mean,
yes.
I listen to music. We all listen to music. No fidelity music. The hardest thing would be to figure out how to get the highest fidelity out of other content.
This plus 73-inch OLED.
Just sit on the OLED. Put it on the floor and sit Indian style naked. Yeah, yeah. Watch Arcane on these. I promise you it's worth the effort. That show is...
Oh, John Wick 4 also.
Fuck John Wick 4.
It was okay.
After the third one, I was done with the third one. It was like, this is comical. And then the fourth one was the comical but colors.
The scene with the Dragon's Breath shotgun shells?
Was awesome. But the stairs?
The stairs was stupid.
The stairs was a comical. It was like 20 minutes. We should have been there for 4 minutes. Oh! Actually, you know what? Here, wait. I'm gonna abuse you with some harmonica.
Here we go. I'm turning this down a little bit.
No, oh, bitch. I can't abuse you if you turn the volume down. He's right now being assaulted by the New York musicians playing Diggin' My Potato alternate version from the Cowboy Bebop limited edition box set. What did he just touch? Oh, he's putting on the soundstage. Oh, shh, we're gonna hide. We're gonna make this. We're gonna make this look like we're sneaking around. We're gonna go. Oh no, the natural.
Oh.
Oh, the bass came in?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now here's the thing. If you find new music you love with these, it may not translate.
No, that's insane.
It may not translate. Because you might be like, oh my god, this new song that Zeos just showed me, the greatest thing ever. Then you put it on something on the wall, it's like, oh, never mind.
The thing I've always told people about these is that whatever you're listening to, when you listen to it on, I'm just stuttering because I just listened to something incredible.
Yeah,
whatever
you can
listen
have that
to,
track. I'll
when you listen
tell you
to
where
it
to buy
on
it.
these,
Uh-huh.
it's the first time you've ever heard it.
Yeah, no. I feel the same way about several things. I actually just found the best IM I've ever heard. $1,000 or $1,100 to get the fancy one. It's the new Audio Monarch 3.
Yes.
And it is it is a full league better than the other IMs that I'm in love with. Like, it's like, oh, it's this, but IMs, and it's $1,100 or $1,000. And every song I listened to on it, I couldn't hit next.
Yeah.
Because I never heard that song before. I've heard that song before, but I've never heard that song before.
Since I've had this, I've almost entirely stopped playing video games because I go home in the evening and I just listen to this now, and I can't do anything else.
Wait a second. Video games on this?
Yes.
Have you done it?
Yes.
What was it?
Everything I could possibly think of. I've played...
I was waiting to make fun of you for specifically Fortnite!
No, I played
doing the Fortnite dance.
Halo 1, 2, 3,
Dude, the soundtrack in Halo alone.
Halo Infinite's great. Yeah, the soundtrack.
I would not even play the game. I would walk to an area, the music would play, and I'd be like, stop, shut the fuck up.
I played Warzone, the Battle Royale. I played Apex Legends on it. I played Hades on it. That was really fun. Skyrim, which soundtrack on Skyrim, incredible.
Put that back on. The next track is also Cowboy Bebop. It's Don't Bother None. Hold on. There we go. I'm just, this is, I would sell music with this. I wouldn't even sell the headphones anymore. You just...
Yeah, anything you sit down and listen to, be like, that's the best album I ever heard. Here's the record.
Yeah, I need a contract for this song. Here, use my headphones that I just happen to be carrying around this giant briefcase with 7 car batteries. Man needs to watch Cowboy Bebop. Oh, there's another one next. Hit the next track. This is less a video review and more about 2 weird-ass audiophiles gushing for 30 minutes about something. because I've heard this before.
Yeah, that's
and I knew it was the best thing ever. Like, it was like undoubtedly at Can Jam, like, oh, okay.
After we film this, I have songs you should hear.
I'm going to moan into a microphone on my phone, then download it, then play it through the thing. It's going to be
better than it was in real life.
Better than ever. I mean, you can record a toilet flushing and then play it back to this, and it's going to be the most epic toilet flush you've ever heard.
I reviewed these, and I said that it was better than real life, and people were like, how is that possible? I'm like, you just have to hear it. I can't explain it.
I had that really weird tweet that I put out. Did you see that tweet where it's like, music is all fake? It's not real. Why are we chasing this dream of... Because, like, you pick up an actual... Your girl can play the cello.
Yeah.
And if she's in this room and she plays a cello, that's real.
Yes.
But if you could use a $50,000 microphone and play it back on this unit, and it won't be real. But you know what? That's as fucking close as you get to real. Even if you say it's better than real, it's as close as you can get to real. And I don't know why Sennheiser, and back me up here, hi Sennheiser, I love you, why have they not come even close to this with anything else I've done?
The closest that I ever get to that experience is if I'm using like a 6XX with tubes, and that's an insanely glorious experience. I get kind of close to the 800S too, but it's nothing.
No, nothing is, no, because even then, like, I'm talking about like 800, like, how is the HE-800s at $1,500, $1,700 when they came out? Mm-hmm. The next thing in line. There's a gap, like, okay, it's $200, $300, $400, $1,500, $60,000. Like, where's this one? Where's the $20,000 version? Do it.
They're watching you right now.
Hi, do it. Give me one with 2 tubes and, you know, one side, just like a football thing. Yeah. And maybe it doesn't go up and down, but I still would be cool if it went up and down. You know what? Just the knobs turning, whatever the circuitry and motors, just put that in something. I will, because they've had all like the I don't even care if it's Sennheiser at this point. Somebody look at, it's been out for a decade. More than a decade, probably.
Yeah. The
things that are in this should be in other things, and I'm going to say this, hold on. Affordable, they should be in something affordable. Even if it's $8,000, that's more affordable than the $60,000 behemoth.
Everyone would buy it.
Everyone that is into audio and knows this, if you told them they got 90% of HE-1 for half the cost, they buy it.
Yes.
I ask for a review. I don't buy it, but I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Forever Broke. I'm going to do Forever Broke. You're not allowed.
Good thing.
The Cowboy Bebop soundtrack is, if you haven't listened to it, if you first of all watch the show.
I know.
Secondly, listen to the entire soundtrack. Because there's like 120 tracks and only 26 episodes. So it's just like... Oh, wait. Oh, I could feel his fingers on the strings of the guitar. The hiss in the background from the microphones, like, I want to hear that. I don't want to hear any filters. I want to be like the resonance of the acoustic guitar. I can tell you how big. I can tell you how deep, how far from the microphone it was.
If you're hearing the hiss, it's probably done on tape.
Oh, yeah, they do bass. I've never heard them do bass. I always thought they were a little bit light of the stuff they had selected. All right, well, I'm done. I want to listen to more stuff, and I can't do it if I'm recording.
Yeah, you'll be here all day.
And I got to get my brakes fixed. Thank you for letting me listen to this. Sennheiser, thank you for letting him borrow a broken-ass one. It's broken ass, but I mean, it's probably the best sounding broken thing I've ever heard. I can't think of a joke to go along with that. It's just, that's the truth.
Now we are broken.
Now we are broken. It breaks the things it's attached to. So yeah, 33 minutes, 34 minutes of this. Check out my Patreon and Subscribe Star, please. So if you have enough of them, I could buy one. And $5 a month, see all reviews early. Participate in yard sales. Lossless sound demos. None of this, unfortunately. Maybe later.
Yes.
$10 a month. Private behind the scenes Telegram chat, which you should be in because you're paying. You're paying to be a patron of mine. I'm paying to be a patron of yours. It's like this weird deal we have going on.
We each just send each other $10.
It's basically hand jobs under the table, but in money.
It's the same $10 goes back and forth.
I pay you $25. You were in rough shape, and I hooked you up. Now look at the wonderful.
This is where that $25 went.
Went to that. Honestly, paint can, use that for my light, so it's all good.
Yep.
But you know, and then Swap Me channel, buy, sell, and trade gear. You're actually in that.
I am.
Because you needed to sell a bunch of shit because...
I did. Because I need to buy one of these.
We all need to buy one of these. So I'll buy one. you buy one. DMS, you buy one. And then the world has peace.